So in terms of the downfield pass game, what did you see on film watching this Arizona game?
Basically, they're dropping a lot, and we actually got to take advantage. When you drop that many in coverage, you got to take advantage of the one-on-one. Sometimes you get on the outside. We had a couple shots with Fuller running down and JP, and I think we actually threw it at JP twice downfield. So, we had some shots and some opportunities, and we came up with a big one, and that sort of helped us gain the lead.
Is it hard do you get in the mindset where it's almost hard to even then think about the downfield pass, or is that always kind of on your mind when you're?
Yeah, if we can make it a one and done with the pass, I'm perfectly fine with that. And in this offense, we always have something mainly downfield, but at the same time, we always still have the underneath, the intermediate routes and stuff like that. So there's always an option or two on whether, if you see a one-on-one matchup or if you like something in the zones.
Why do you think that defenses keep doing that? Especially when you're running for 100.
That's what I'm saying. I hope it's out of respect for the passing game. So, hey, I like that.
What are your impressions of the UTEP defense?
Very fast defense. I mean, they have a great player, Shaq. He's been a great player for a while. I know he's playing both sides of the ball this year, I think. And, they do a great job no matter who they're playing. Their coaches coach them up very well. And, it's going to be another tough game for us. You can't take anyone lightly in this conference, for everybody's, doing really well this year. Everybody's record shows that.
Now, how much less would you have to worry about if they don't put Shaq on defense?
A lot less. But, he's a special player. And, I've seen him play running back as well. We'll see what they do. But like I said, their defense in general, though, is still a good one.
Does it help having Myles to kind of simulate what Shaq can do?
Yeah. And I guess that's probably the same role they're probably playing with him. But, to have Myles, like I said, we threw him in for the U of A game, and, just for him to pick up a first down for us, it makes it a lot easier on offense.
How's the confidence level now? A big win against Arizona, does that propel you for the rest of the season?
It helps, just to know that, we can pick up a win against a top-tier opponent. And, at the same time, we have to stay even keel about this. We still have 3 big games left in the season. We have a bye after Washington, so hopefully we can ride a high into that bye. And, it just helps us going forth.
When you're running those plays, what's going in your mind? What's going through your mind? Like, instead of passing it down and you yourself are running them, are you thinking about not getting sacked, or are you just thinking about picking up yards?
Basically, keeping the chains moving is the big one. Like I said, when you drop 8 into zones, a lot of the times, sometimes you have your check down, sometimes you won't. But when you're running, it's all about just getting the first down, and I think that's the main part of it.
Is this the best defensive line you guys will have faced this year?
Yeah, Washington's defensive line is great, and it's going to be a big challenge, but I know our offensive line is up to it.
When Myles was in the game on offense this last week, it seemed like Arizona was really keyed in. Has maybe the novelty sort of worn off, or everybody, their focus is immediately on him when he's in the game?
Yeah. I think that's a lot of respect to Myles too. But when he's in the game, obviously, he's in the game for a reason, and he's gonna get the rock and make some special things happen for us.
You think, do your eyes light up at all though when you see them all focus on him? And
yeah.
Maybe throwing a play action.
It does, and we may have some plays like that in the game, but obviously when you have all attention on one person, then it gives everybody else those opportunities to make plays as well.
Do you really have plays like that, or you just want them to hear that?
Yeah, I think
plays?
just wanted them to hear it. That's probably the big thing. It's a good one you got me.
Did you know that they asked Myles if he wanted to switch full time to running back?
Really? Last year?
That's what Myles said.
Oh wow, no. I'm glad he stayed on defense.
Yeah.
He's good at linebacker.
He's
good at running back too. Yeah.
Take too many carries away from you? Is that
I know.
You take a lot of hits, as a quarterback, but he's taking it both sides.
Yeah.
What is it takes a toll on your body, you would imagine.
It does. And even being quarterback, I know I don't take nearly as many hits as all the running backs and everybody else, but it does take a tear on your body. So for him, just staying in the training room is a big thing for him, and really keeping his body healthy is huge.
Why do you think you guys have been so good on the road this year?
Resilience. When you can go on the road and be in a hostile environment and understand that it's you guys versus everybody else, you just always have that urge to get out of there with a W, and we've shown that this year, each and every game.
The offensive line seems to be playing at its best level.
Yeah, they're playing really good.
What's the catalyst behind that, Brett?
You know, I don't know. They you know, they've been playing well the whole year, but I think these past couple games we've seen a transformation, and I think things just start clicking. You know, it's sometimes where you can't put a pin on it, but you know, things just start clicking, and they have done a really good job up to this point and throughout the season. And you know, I mean, they're going to continue to do their thing for the rest of the season.
You know, I thought that we played well overall. Penalties, same thing every week. It seems like killed us, but we went out and we played tough. We took it to them for sure, and came out with a win. So definitely got some more things to clean up for this Washington game, which is a big game up in Seattle.
What do you think the biggest difference is in terms of how you guys run versus past this year, maybe than last year? Can you notice?
I can't really tell the difference. I mean, I'm out there just running routes and catching, so it seems like the same to me. But, the difference is, Paul Perkins is really lighting it up, and I think Brett rushed for like 150 yards or something like that. So, we're hard to stop when we have those two running like that. So, don't really know the difference, but with those two as dynamic as they are, it's definitely a hard offense to stop.
At this point, do you kind of just expect every defense now to drop back and try and take away the deep ball?
I would assume so. A lot of teams are playing like 10 yards off now. Late in the game they started playing like 12 yards off. So, we definitely expect that. Some, you never know. Some teams they might, change it up.
How tough has that switch been for you guys? I mean, you so relied on the deep ball earlier in the season, and now having to adjust to that.
Yeah, it's a nice adjustment, honestly. Not many people have that problem. Some people can't go deep, so teams press you the whole game. But for us, they tend to play off because of our threat. So it's a nice problem. We have to take advantage of it and be successful with that.
What happened on that 70-yard deep ball where you were able to get kind of behind them?
Because we were running so many short routes, it was able to open up a double move, and we worked on it all week, and it came perfect timing, first play out of that drive. So Brett threw a beautiful ball, and it was a beautiful route, and everything was just right on point.
That double move route seems to be working pretty well for you.
Yeah, it has. I think that me running my short routes is and being violent after the catch is made me the corners have to respect it a lot more. So they've been trying to come up and make some tackles, and with that they have to respect that. So the double move is definitely there.
Can you tell that they're respecting your physicality? Like, are they playing a little bit more off when they try to tackle you, or?
You can tell when they give you some room out there that they and they're calling for some help and stuff like that. But mainly a lot of guys, I've played against some good corners that they all have the full confidence. So you just got to go out there and play. For me, I take it as respect when they play off.
What are your impressions of UTEP's defense?
Man, they're a good defense. That's a whole different story. Marcus Peterson up there, they do a good job. He's an extremely good corner. I was watching him this morning. Shaq Thompson hasn't been playing defense, but he's a violent force on both sides of the ball. So it's definitely going to be a great game. I'm excited. I was committed there once, so I know a lot of the guys, and I'm definitely excited to get back up to Seattle.
What does Peters do well?
Everything, I would say. He's physical, he's tall, he's violent, so he does a great job, especially to press the boundary. So I'm excited to go against him. It's definitely, I'll definitely be ready for it. I have a lot of work to put in this week. I have a lot on my hands with that corner. He's definitely an NFL corner, so it's going to be exciting. You don't get a big matchup like that. You only get a couple of those corners come your way in your lifetime, so you have to take advantage of it.
I don't know how much you've seen of Shaq Thompson on offense, but on defense, you look at him and think him and Myles.
Yeah, he's very similar. He's very physical, just like Myles. Very similar players overall. So, I get to go against Myles every day in practice, so I know how it is. If he plays defense, then let's go get it because he's a phenomenal player.
So going home to Washington, what's that going to feel like?
That should be fun, going back up there. I went to high school there and everything, and my mom will be there for sure. So my brother, so that'll be fun. Just going back up and seeing them and just back where they're at.
Does I think the finger licking moment is forgotten up there?
I doubt it is, but I forgot about it until you just reminded me. So yeah, I'm sure it's not.
Well, now that you remember,
yeah.
What was that? What was that about?
That was just emotion, like you saw last week. Just me being, I guess it was immature, looking back on it. But it was just kind of, I don't know. It was just my emotions running and everything. And at the time, I thought it was appropriate. But yeah, I shouldn't have did that.
What was the tilt that took you to UCLA instead of Washington?
The tilt was really just, I just felt like UCLA just had the total package for me with Coach Moore and just seeing what they were bringing to the table and just what they had done in a year. The academics, the weather, of course, the sun every day. So I cherish that every day. And just being in LA, that was pretty much what brought me here.
Is there some unhappiness with some Husky fans that you decided to go away?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is some
you ever
unhappiness.
Hear from...
Yeah, I hear about it whenever I go back home or on Twitter. I'm sure I'll get it this week.
Is it a funny ha-ha hear about it?
Yeah.
Even on Twitter?
Yeah. So
really?
I don't know. I don't know. People are always gonna say stuff, fans from other teams and stuff. It's just a part of the game, So you just gotta take it in stride. I guess it means you're doing something right. So.
What's your reply to people when they?
I don't reply. I don't get into it because it's just a matter of opinion, and you can't try and.
Well, I mean, when somebody brings it up when you're up there.
Oh, I just laugh about it. I mean, I'm at where I'm at now. I mean, there's nothing I can't go back and change it, or neither can they. And I'm not upset with my decision by any means. I feel like it was the best decision for me, and if they can't respect that, then that's too bad for them. So.
Kind of the bad blood thing in Washington, is that still there for you, even though their coaching staff has changed?
I don't feel any animosity to it. I mean, I know the guys there and stuff like that. I mean, I'm gonna play against my former teammate Buda Baker, so that's gonna be fun. But there's no animosity or anything like that. It's another game for me.
You talked about trying to control your emotions. Are your emotions going to be running a little bit higher being back in Washington?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Moore about this. This will be a week where, you guys will see my emotions definitely tested at the highest of high levels. So I'm definitely gonna work on that, and I promise I will not do anything that will, put 7 points up on the board like I did last week. So yeah, you have my word.
You expecting some button pushing?
I'm sure buttons will be pushed, and I may push a couple buttons myself. But as far as 15-yard penalties and stuff that'll hurt the team, that won't happen.
How much different were you when it came to withholding those emotions, maybe when you were younger, a few years ago?
I've definitely learned, but I think I've become, I don't want to say a target, but people are they're just gonna test me, and I just have to work on just not saying anything back. That's kind of who I am. Like, if you say something to me, I'll say something back, but if you don't say anything to me, then I'll be quiet the whole game. But that's just who I am, and that's something I'm gonna have to work on. And I talked to my mom about this. I talked to Coach Moore about this. Trust me, I've already been over this conversation. I'm working on it. I'm telling you, and yeah, you'll see this week. You'll see an improvement in my behavior.
What's your evaluation of Shaq Thompson?
Yeah, he's a phenomenal athlete. I mean, kudos to him, because I guess it's just me and him that are doing it right now. So he knows how it feels, just to go back and forth and learn 2 different playbooks and get twice as many plays and do over 100 snaps. So. I mean, I think that's cool. I mean, I guess it's only 2 of us. I don't know if there's any other in the country, but I guess me and him are making the most noise that are doing it, and I give nothing but respect to him for doing it.
He's moved to running back full time for this last game. Mm-hmm. Any party you think, I want to get in there at running back just to show people maybe I am the better two-way player?
I definitely think it'll be a little competition between us. I mean, just to see who's the best, I guess, running backer. It'll be fun. I think it's cool that. Hopefully he'll be on defense, and I'll get to tackle him and he'll get to tackle me, and stuff like that. That'll be. I think that's good for the game, and it'll make the game interesting and everything. And me, I just take it as a challenge. I'm not jealous or anything like that. I think it's cool that he's doing it and he's successful at it. I think that's awesome, and yeah, I think it's cool, and it'll be a fun game. Just, I guess, I'm sure for you guys to watch and myself, just to see where I measure up as a running backer. I guess a new position that's being made, and we'll get to finally go up against each other.
Are you guys just that unique, you and Shaq, or is it just something that the coaching staffs other staffs could probably take advantage of other players, but they just don't. Maybe you guys are in unique
I
positions.
mean, I can't speak for other programs, but I mean, I know from talking to Eddie Vanderdos and just when Shaq actually played Bellevue High School, when Grant came up to Bellevue, and I remember watching him, he did a little running back, and he mostly plays. That's when he was a safety and everything. But I mean, I've seen what type of athlete he is, and I mean, I'm sure there's other athletes like that across the country, and maybe they don't want to do it, or maybe their coaches aren't with it, but. Yeah, I mean, it just kind of says what kind of trust, your coaches have in you to give you the ball when you haven't been practicing since high school. I mean, he did the same thing I did, jumped right in it, and was successful with it. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, he's good at it.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I know him. He actually hosted me on my visit up at UW. So.
Have you stayed in contact?
Yeah, I mean, we text every once in a while. We haven't really been texting throughout the season, but I remember in the summer we were texting each other, and I kind of asked him, like, is he going to do it? And he was saying he was going to do it, so I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Like, there's no ill will or anything. Like, I definitely respect anybody that's doing it because it takes a lot to go both ways. It's a lot of pressure, and it's tough, but, I mean, if you're successful at it, then you're doing something right.
A little special club between you?
Yeah, I guess we should start our own little group or maybe a shirt or something, maybe, or try and profit off it when we make it to the next level, I guess, hopefully. So I don't know, we might collaborate on something maybe.
He asked you any advice about doing
it? No, he didn't ask me any advice. Yeah, I mean, he's his own athlete. He's talented. I mean, you guys have seen what he's done. He had $150 against Colorado last week. So I mean, he's good.
How much did you benefit last year? When there was only a game or two of film on you as a running back, and do you think Shaq's kind of in that same place right now?
I would say so. I mean, people don't really know what he can do. I mean, they know what he can do, but I mean, until you play him and go against him, you'll kind of earn that respect for him. And I think teams have kind of earned that respect for me. Like I remember against Arizona, I seen the linebackers as soon as I came in. They were coming in hot. They were blitzing. I didn't see any run or pass reads in them. I mean, they were coming in hot. So I think more and more. I mean, this is probably his last year. He might go to the league next year, but I mean, I think he's definitely benefiting from that. I mean, that just kind of goes with it. But I mean, I don't know. He's running the more. I think he's more with the offense though. Like I have a package. He's with the offense. So he's running a shotgun and different stuff like that. I just have a certain package that I do, and I don't know. It's just different scenarios, and we're both making it happen. So,
ever any thought for you that you tell the coaches, hey, maybe I could go in on shotgun or on any sort of other formation, or is that?
I mean, I'm more of a defensive player, so that's kind of where my heart is. I mean, they've definitely brought it up to me. Do you want to move the running back? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And I feel like it kind of, I got to find a happy medium, and I felt like last week was a good happy medium where I could still do enough on defense where it didn't take away from my defense, and I could still play offense. So, I mean, it's hard, it's not an easy thing to do. That's why I give kudos to him because it's tough, so.
Tell us, how's the body feel after playing both ways? Is it a little different the next game?
Yeah, I mean, you get a little bit more, you're taking more hits and stuff like that, so you're pretty sore after the game, but, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're getting extra plays and extra hits, so, I mean, you're definitely sore, but that's just a part of the game, I guess being a running backer, that's what it's all about.
Better to be the hitter than the hitting?
Oh, for sure. Every time.
So staff has asked you if you want to move full time?
Yeah, they brought it up to me if I've ever wanted to do it. Coach KP asked me pretty much every week if I want to do it. Yeah, I mean, the offensive linemen, sometimes they joke with me, like, when we come out and run their plays, like, the Coach Moore will be like, all right, you guys can go back to your defensive meeting, and sometimes the kid, like, no, just stay over here, So, I mean, yeah, it's definitely been mentioned, but me personally, I feel like defense is my calling, and that's really what I want to do. I feel like I can be a dominant player on the defensive side of the ball and still get a couple carries every once in a while on offense if need be. I'm definitely giving it thought, for sure. Trust me. If enough people say it, you're definitely going to think about it. But I just feel like in the long run, defense is that's just where my heart is. That's just what I want to do. And I don't know, like I wouldn't be in it for the right reasons if I did it for running back. It would be more for, I guess, glam and glitz and you guys talking to you guys and being in the newspaper and stuff. And that's not where I'm at. I want to play defense, and that's just where I'm at.
How about if there was some feedback that you might make a better NFL running back than a linebacker?
Then I would for sure have to consider that. If it came from a credible source to somebody who really thought that was the case, I would really have to look into that. I mean, I'm an open-minded person. I'm blessed with the ability to do both, and I've been successful at both, so I would definitely take it into consideration. I'm just going to ride it for as long as long as it takes me. You know what I mean? If linebacker doesn't work out, I guess I could migrate over to the running back side. So, I mean, I have options.
Truthfully, though, what feels better, a sack or an interception or a long run for a touchdown? What makes you feel better inside?
That's a tough question. I mean, definitely scoring points for your team is definitely going to feel good in the long run because you got to score to win. So I'm going to have to go with the long touchdown for sure. But, yeah, like I said, defense is my calling. But if I can put points on the board, then I can't argue with that.
Glamour and glitz, are you saying we don't write about the defense enough?
You guys do write about the defense, but I mean, offense gets showed on ESPN.
There was an assumption you were making.
Oh, no disrespect to you guys.
If there's anybody you can disrespect, it's us. Trust me.
Speaking of the defense, Saturday was your best performance in a while, stopping the run. What were you guys doing better to keep Arizona in check?
We finally did our jobs. You know, I mean, like we didn't really have answers for you guys, but we just finally put it together. You know, I mean, we finally just believed in the game plan. Everybody stepped their game up this week. We knew it was a big game, and November is the most important part of your season. I mean, this is where championships are won and lost, and we just felt like this was kind of like our do or die time, and we brought out the new jerseys. It's homecoming. I mean, we put it all on the line on Saturday. It paid off.